What is going on, everyone? It is your lovely guest, Amaje Hurdy-Jones, with another episode of Aspire to Inspire. Guys, I'm actually truly pumped about this next guest that we have. He stars on CBS Blue Bloods, did such an amazing job. That show actually premiered yesterday. I know he's super pumped about it. Not only has he been on Blue Bloods, but he's also been on the Duece and the Last O.G. Listen, y'all, I'm so pumped to hear about his inspiring story, any type of advice that he has. I know he's willing to share, and we're just going to start this interview with positive vibes only. So, y'all, without further ado, I am so glad to bring on to our stage Jovan Tyler-Graham. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How you doing?
I am doing fantastic. And, like I said before, I like to start off this interview with thanks. Thank you so much for joining this show. You can honestly be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me on this virtual platform, and we just want to hear from you.
Yes. I'm doing great. I'm feeling blessed. Thankful to God for real. Like every day I wake up, man, I'm so thankful. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So without further ado, we're just going to jump into this interview. I hope you're ready.
Yes, I am.
Of course. Let's
get to
it. Yes. So we're just going to start with an opening question. Let's get to know Jovan Tyler-Graham. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 26. I'm with DDO Artist Agency. I've been I wanted to be an actor, more so TV film side, since I was about 4. Movies like Hook with Robin Williams and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, like those movies really got the acting bug going and really like opened up my imagination to the possibilities, And I guess I started doing theater, middle school, high school, college. So I've done like tons of like stage plays, and I even did a play in Italy, which was amazing when I went to study abroad. Yes, that was amazing. You asked me to speak Italian right now, I can't, so don't ask. Right? And then I started doing a TV film once I graduated SUNY Purchase in 2017. So I've been doing TV films since, and as you said, I booked the Last O.G, the Duece, and Blue Bloods, which is my favorite one so far. And I booked a few commercials as well.
Yes. Let's say congratulations off the bat. That is a lot of accomplishments and something to be truly, truly proud about. But I want to go back a little bit further. I know you talked about how you started with theater. I love how you talked about you did a play in Italy. Let's talk a little bit about that in a second. But was there a particular moment in your life where you knew that acting was going to be your career choice rather than a hobby?
Well, it never was about a career choice or a hobby. It was just more so, this is what I love doing. Like I said, I wanted to do this since I was 4. So it was just, I want to be telling stories on TV, be the one that's inspiring others, like the way that I was inspired by Robin Williams, right? Like I have tons of people that I look up to as actors and just icons in general, but Robin Williams, if you like watch his work, you see how he's able to go from comedy to drama and do it in such a beautiful way. Mm-hmm. And watching Hook growing up, it's a story about an older version of Peter Pan, right? But like hearing Peter Pan as a kid, it's very inspiring, and to see him do that role and then a bunch of other roles that I watched him do, it definitely ignited that flame within me. And it never was about a career. So it was just like, I want to do this thing. And then everything became more specific as my career was going on, So like, it was like, okay, well, if I want to do this, I got to get in some plays in school. Okay, cool. Once I graduate school, okay, I want to be on TV. How do I do that? So it was like backtracking to get to where you want to be. And ultimately, that's what I'm currently doing. And I'm so blessed to say that I'm able to do that,
Yeah, truly inspiring story. You're talking about role models that you look up to. You talk about, films that have inspired you. And I like how you said it ignited a fire within you.
Yeah.
And you saying that this wasn't just only, not a career path or it wasn't a hobby. This is something you knew. And that's just inspiring for me to hear, and especially for the audience. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no problem.
So let's move on from that. I really want to just dive into some of your work. I know you stated it before, you know, you appearing on Blue Bloods, you also appearing on the Last O.G and the Duece. Was there, well, you kind of already said this, was there a moment where your first experience being on television or on set, you know, did you ever feel nervous? Were you ever intimidated, felt as though you weren't ready? Could you talk a little bit about that experience and what that was like for you?
Definitely, because this is one of the things that literally pushed my work ethic to what it is now. So the first thing I ever booked straight out of college, 3 weeks out, I booked this Budweiser commercial. And yeah, I was freaking excited. I'm like, oh shoot, okay, I said it was gonna happen. It's happening. Let's do this. I booked it. It was when Jay-Z was coming out with the 444 album, and it was kind of like a collaboration. Long story short, that commercial never aired, and that was like a traumatic moment for me mentally. But the lesson came when I was on set. They sent us the script the night before, right? And we literally had to memorize this poem that Jay-Z was saying, but they never said that we had to match his cadence the way he says it, right? So we thought, okay, we're gonna just like say it how we say it. And back then, my preparation wasn't what it is now. I was just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get these lines in my head. I'm good. I don't really got it, you know. And next day, I wake up. I got it in my head. I'm good. I get to set. It's gone. I don't remember anything. And I'm the first one to go. I'm the first one out of the group of guys that like booked this commercial as well. The first one to go. I get in front of the camera. I'm like, so they brought cue cards for me, and the cue cards, and they put some like mic in my ear. I'm listening to Jay-Z say it, and that's distracting me, it's throwing me off, and I'm just like, oh my God. And my anxiety was just going crazy, like you fucking up. Like, so yeah, that lesson was taught to me because later on when we were like wrapped and we had like went to eat or whatever, I actually went up to the director as he was sitting with everybody else, and I pulled up a chair and was just like, hey, I didn't like my performance from earlier, but is there any tips that you can offer me? He basically just said that preparation is key. And I was like, it's really that simple, you know? And it's not like, it's so much deeper than just the lines, you know? And granted, that was a commercial, yes, but it's deeper than that. So I had to learn the hard way. And I was actually grateful for that experience because it pushed me to work harder for everything. And everything had literally built up. And I've booked a few things. So preparation.
I love it. So key. People who are, you know, actors, that's the key to making this business. You know, networking is also a part of it, but that preparation. And I loved how you share that story because not a lot of people highlight their failures or the moments in life where they mess up. They really just talk about all the successes they had thus far, making it seem like it's just effortless. But no, you proved a point that not only do you get up there, you book the role, but preparation. Yeah, you were preaching right there. Like I felt that on like a heart-to-heart level. Like I cannot stress enough how important preparation is, and you hit it right on the nail.
Yeah.
I can't listen. So many auditions I've been to where I let anxiety take over me. And they're like, with a blank face. It was funny because I thought your screen glitched for a second when you was. I was like, is he okay? So I'm sitting there, and you know, when anxiety takes over you, it's no joke. But because I wasn't prepared, to be honest and blatant. But yeah, I loved how you shared that. Share your failures, man. That's the only key to success. You gotta share your failures.
Fail forward, like Denzel says, you know. fail, but don't let that be the last word. You know, you keep it moving, keep moving forward, and you figure out how to get better. You know, it's like Mamba mentality right there, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. But you know, this question just kind of popped up into my head. You know, just speaking about our failures. You know, what are some advice or some nuggets that you would like to share for individuals who may be watching and would like to dive into this career of being an actor or an actress? What's some advice you would give to them?
I love that question because it's one of the things that I actually get hit up with a lot. Like every time I book something, it seems like that I get somebody that asks me that question, which is totally fine. And I'm always open to giving advice on like my process and how I went through it. Granted, everybody else has a different process, you know, like we all get it how we get it. But I always tell people to start with the craft, man. Like everybody hit me up and they mostly want to know, oh, how do I get on this show? How do I get an agent? Bro, if it was that easy, you know, we would all just be getting it like that. But it's really not. Like to get an agent, that's tough. To get on the show, the odds, right? But I always tell them the same thing. Start with the craft. Like work begets work, right? And the more you work on something, the more those things are gonna attract to you. So you putting that out there, whether you believe in God or the universe, I believe in God, right? And I know that if I have faith, first if I speak it, I ask him whatever he wants for me, right? I want for myself. Then I gotta have faith and that he's gonna bring what I want and ultimately what he wants, right? But I have to also put in that work, you know, because if I put in that work, it's gonna come. You know, like it's easy, especially during this pandemic, to be like, damn, like, I don't know when the next job gonna come. And that happens because like theaters shut down, production shut down, but then when it opened back up in 2021 started, like I know we all felt some sense of positivity and we wasn't gonna let what happened last year bring us down. Even what happened last year, like like that made everybody stronger, you know, and shoot, I came in this year and it's crazy because this was the first audition of the year I had um on the legit side, not the commercial side, right? And I booked it, but it was all due to the work I put in, you know, the work I put in during 2020, the seeds that I planted, you know, and the work that I put in behind the scenes to set myself up for when 2020 come around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. You best advice from an actor's perspective. The whole idea of, you know, tying your faith into it, that's on some spiritual level type of stuff that I'm with. But listen, that faith and that work have to go hand in hand with this business.
Yeah.
Gotta go hand in hand because without one or the other, you're not going to be able to grow in a sense.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to get where you want. And, you know, with people coming up to you, asking you, how'd you get this role? How'd you get that role? How'd you get this job? You know, it does come down to the craft. If you want to be blatant and just straight up, it comes from the craft. You got to love it first and you got to be hungry for it. And I think
we're gonna hear a lot of no's during this time, you know, like people be seeing the wins and think, you know, like you out here doing your thing. I am, but man, oh man, like behind the scenes, we all know what it's like.
That actually leads into my next question. I'm so glad you said that. You know, booking a job, that feels absolutely amazing. That's a feeling that every actor wants, gets, and just holds on to and cherish.
Yeah.
But let's dive deeper. Let's talk about those no's. Let's talk about those rejections. Let's talk about those, oh, you were so close at that callback, but we gave it to this person. Listen, what are some strategies that you had to use to just block out all the no's, all the rejections, and the hard times that the entertainment industry usually has on us actors? So I would love to hear your insight on that.
I think it's like realizing that it's a marathon, not a sprint. Realizing you got to put in your 10,000 hours. You know, like I read Kevin Hart's book, like I think like 2 years ago. I'm very into like reading like either self-help books or if people like write autobiographies and I read it and like see what their journey was like because the journey, you know, is so important. You know, I think I heard this on a motivational video that the dates on your tombstone, the most important thing on that is the dash that's in between what you do during that time. You know, and I veered away from the original question. Remind me. Sorry.
I mean, what strategies that you use to block
Strategy.
out?
Right. Michael B. Jordan said this in an interview when he's done like an audition. He said that he just throws the paper out. I do that every time. That helps me at least. I have to see the paper all the time and think about. All right, they start shooting Wednesday, May 1st or whatever, and I'm looking at those dates like, all right, any day now I should be hearing back. You know, that's at least what helps me audition to audition. Just I did the work. That's it. That's my job. Do the work, and the rest is politics. Like
Mm.
like whatever you prepared, leave it, let God put his hand on it and send it off, and then after that it's just up to the producers and so on and so forth. But to keep blocking out the noise, like I said, it's a long game. And if you're not in it for the long haul, if you're expecting any kind of immediate gratification, just because your boy on his first audition booked a series regular and you struggling trying to get these co-stars, man, we on different paths. Like, and I've been there where I compared myself or where I was like, yo, but how this person, it is what it is, bro.
Mm.
This is my life. This is yours. We have two different stories.
You do. And I love that you highlighted the importance of not comparing yourself. And listen, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I hold myself accountable to this. Why is this person succeeding and I'm stuck here? That type of mentality is dangerous. In a sense, it is super dangerous because you're missing out in your moment right now. Like, think about, you've been hustling for XYZ number of years, right? And jealous of somebody else, but what have you learned all those previous years? Look at your growth. Look at where you've started. You may start not even knowing what acting is, but now you got yourself a couple of student films. You got yourself a commercial or two. Like, never the in the moment type of praise, that gratitude, that thankfulness for all the stuff you did back then. Listen, you got me preaching. Oh my God. Got me super excited, but nah, you have that right mindset, that Mamba mentality to just go after what you want, and knowing that with faith and with works is going to come through. And it did for you on CBS Blue Bloods. That role within itself, I saw it. You was dope.
Thank you.
Really good, really convincing. So I actually want to talk a little bit about that role. Did you consider that role to be challenging to you? Was there any type of moment where you was just like, "Whoa, this is a character different than me. I gotta do something I'm uncomfortable with." I really want to hear from you in regards to that.
Yo, I freaking love the time shooting Blue Bloods. Like, that's like the best time I've had so far. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Of course, like booking the first thing and your first co-star, your first like all these things are great. I cherish every opportunity I've had. But I would say booking the commercial. Booking Blue Bloods was my favorite experience because I wasn't just in one scene. I got a chance to see a character fleshed out over an episode, right? And then at some point, I'm gonna be a series regular very soon. You feel me? And you're gonna see me grow and develop with a character, which is what we get to do on stage, And now I want that opportunity to be able to do it on TV. But Blue Bloods, I went from the Duece was one scene, which was a pretty long co-star, which I really enjoyed that one too. The Last O.G was pretty short, which I enjoyed it, but Blue Bloods gave me 3 scenes, and it's crazy because when I auditioned the first time, I had auditioned with those 2 scenes, the first scene and the second scene. The third one was written for me after, which is pretty cool. So that felt amazing. That felt freaking amazing because they were thinking about me in a way that I didn't think that they would be. Sorry, 1 second. I'm so sorry.
No, you good.
Sorry, guys. I have a dog and he's biting my sneakers.
Yeah. I apologize. Yeah, continue what you were about to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, Blue Bloods was amazing. Acting alongside Will S. He's amazing. He gave me great advice in between. One thing I took from Kobe was to learn from the greats to become great. So every time I'm on set with anybody that's more seasoned, I just picked their brain. Like, what advice can you give me as a young actor coming up? Just about anything, and I just soak it all in, and yeah, doing all of those scenes was amazing. My favorite one was the second one, where I got to act like directly with Will. That was amazing, and it felt good. Like, it's just sucks to say this, it felt good to be arrested at the end of the episode. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I want it to happen in real life. Keep me out of it. But it felt good to be arrested on the show because it was just like it's like a staple. You on Law and Order, you on Blue Bloods. You either gonna get killed or they're gonna arrest you. I even want a good death scene. I'm like, ugh. But I really enjoy my time on that show like that. Like, it kind of feels like a bridge to something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes you kind of just gotta look at the omens that life give you sometime and connect those little dots.
Yeah.
And yeah. And ultimately I felt like something bigger is coming. Next time you interview me, you're gonna be like, yo, you called it. I was like, I told you.
Wow. Literally, like, no lie. That's why I do this, because I see greatness in people that I interview. Like, no lie. Like, I see that ambition, I see that drive, and I know that hard work and what it's like. I mean, years in the game, film and television, you learn so much. And, with so many years to come, you're able to identify greatness. And I can't wait for that opportunity where you come back to me, we interview again, and you start your own feature film. Listen. It's going to happen for you. And I strongly believe it because of your mindset and how you view the craft of acting. It's bigger than a craft. It's more of a love.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So I'm actually excited to ask you about this next question because it talks about, where do you see yourself? What roles you desire to play? So, I ask you, what is a dream role of yours that you're preparing for now, even though you haven't gotten it yet?
Static Shock. Simple.
Talk
about it. Do you not see Static right here when you look at me, man? Like, if anybody don't know who Static Shock is, you're probably too young. I got nothing to do with that, right? Static Shock was a kids WB show that a lot of us grew up on, and it was just announced that Michael B is producing it. So I've been keeping my eye on that because I'm really trying to get in that room. So if anybody listening, I'm trying to get in that room. You feel me? Yeah, like, I've always connected with him, like, off as a kid. That's the crazy part. As a kid, you see it, and when you get older, you're able to put words to it and be specific. And as a kid, you see a young black teenage superhero. You're like, oh man, like, look at this. He got locks. He got the cool swag and the cool punchlines. You're like, oh, this is like a black Spider-Man, right? Before Miles Morales, like, like, one is Marvel, one is DC, but it's like it's very similar in their punchlines and how young they are, and the responsibilities that they have at that young age. And I always connected to his story, and the show is always so deep because they always hit like real topics like racism and gang violence and so many different things. It's like, wow, like this show is really dope, and like that has always been my dream role, and I'm still fighting to get that, like as me playing that. Like, I'll be like, that's one thing I could say I'd hold on to if I don't get. I'll be very biased if somebody else got it. Usually, like, once we get roles and somebody else like booked the one that we really wanted or something, some people like hold it. Me, I just let that shit go. It wasn't for me. The next role is, but Static's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a hard pill to swallow right there if I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge to like speaking and manifesting things that you want and like vision boards and writing it out like 100 times so that it can be projected out into the universe and received to God. And listen, I'm saying this because whatever you desire, it is yours.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying for viewers who are watching. Whatever you desire, it is truly yours if you want it or desire it more than life within itself. If you vision yourself, I'm pretty sure there's times in your life you envisioned yourself playing this character, and you said the catchphrases, and there is that type of, I guess, that type of love of wanting it so badly and seeing yourself in that role that it will come to you. Listen, It's going to happen. I guarantee you. Even if it's not that, it's going to be some type of superhero, Marvel type of character. Like I see that for you. Like no lie.
Yeah, it's coming. I already know it's coming in some way, some form. It's happening. I just need everybody else to get ready because when they do,
not nobody.
Bad boy.
If they're ready, they're going to see it.
Yeah.
If they listen, y'all can leave them behind. Just you be ready. Just that's what I'm gonna say. But stepping away from acting and just seeing where you want to be 10 to 15 years down the line, you know, where do you desire to be, you know, 15, 20 years down the line? Are you still venturing off with acting? Do you want to be more behind the scenes, director, producer, writer? Just, you know, talk a little bit about that. I'm actually, you know, I really want to hear from that.
It's interesting because I watch a lot of like motivational talks or just like anything. So I watched Matthew McConaughey's speech that he gave at one of these colleges, and it's like 45 minutes long, I think. But he talks about that he's always chasing the Matthew in 5 years, Matthew in 10 years, and so on and so forth. And then when he gets there, like he's like, so Matthew, who you chasing now? Matthew in 5 years, you know, always trying to get to that next Matthew, the next, you know, next Jovan. And I think in 5 years, I know I would have been a series regular at least like twice.
Yeah.
Minimum once. But I know I got strong faith. 10 years, I know like I'm gonna be one of those names already. Within the next like 2 to 5 years, I'll be next up and coming. 5 to 10, I'm gonna be a name, and 15 to 20, damn near legendary already.
Wow.
You know, because you always gotta like self-assess. Am I better than I was 6 months ago? Damn right I am. Am I better than I was a year ago? Yeah. Do I still got room to grow? Hell yeah. Am I looking forward to that? Right. So it's one of these things where like I'm like that gets me super excited, you know, to say 5 years, 10 years. Oh, I'm a like if you see me now, you're like, wow, he's doing great. When you see me then, you're gonna be like, I didn't like everybody else gonna be like, damn, I didn't even see you going like that. And it was like me, well, you see, there's a lot of plans I already had drawn up. I just ain't say nothing because you know it gotta manifest first. I gotta, you know. But yeah, like there's definitely some big things coming. Big things coming. I already speak it out. Like I can never, you know, put my finger on it because God only got the full script. You know, we only get the sides, you know. We only get the sides in God's book, you know, but yeah, I already know some big things are coming. I definitely be on some movies, some more series. We'll be headlining number one on the call sheet, you know. But I think I definitely will start writing. I never looked at writing or creating my own content as a thing. Like, wow, I get why everyone is saying, "Oh, make your own stuff." Like create a seat at the table. I love it. I get that, right? I never considered myself like a writer, right? I always had like a vision for just funny ideas, crazy ideas, right? But to have like friends that's a writer or a director, that helps to get my idea out. But I've started to just like start to slowly step into learning what screenwriting is, learning how different camera angles are shot, so I can potentially direct something one day. So while I didn't see it for myself before, you know, life changes, things change, and your reality changes. You know, back then I didn't see it, and speaking today, I see that that could potentially be a lane at some point. Um, yeah, yeah.
I love that. And you're all options, writing, producing, directing. You know, the amount of hats you can wear in the entertainment industry is endless. And you bringing up creating your own content. I love how you said you're creating a circle of people who are writers, who are directors. So y'all, in a sense, can share your ideas. You know, I think the best way to succeed in this industry is by networking, connecting with people, creating your own platform with your own team. So not just you will blow up, your whole team will blow up. And y'all could create y'all own table for other people to come up and seat with y'all. You understand where I'm coming from?
Definitely do. I definitely do.
Yeah,
I
and there's
definitely do.
much truth behind what you say. And yeah, 10 to 15 years down the line, it is already yours. It is already written. You have, I keep saying this, you have a good mindset. You have that legend mindset, like Will Smith, like Robin Williams, like all those greats. Denzel Washington popped into my head. But, you have that mentality. That's something important. And I can't stress that enough because, a lot of doubt comes in, a lot of anxiousness comes in, but nah, you don't seem shaken at all. You know what you want and you're going after it without a care in the
world. Yeah. You gotta have confidence in yourself, man. You gotta have confidence in yourself. Who else do you expect to have it for you, This is your life.
Right.
You are the author,
And
you're the main character.
You're writing your own story. That is crazy. But we winding down to the last questions of this interview. I'm really dope. I'm really so excited that you're a part of this and just hearing your inspiring story. Yeah, you're a legend in the making. But closing out this interview, I just want to ask you, Jovan, how do you desire to use your platform to inspire your audience and other people in this world?
So I'm growing into that. I think as a person, I'm always motivating people and just encouraging people. That's just how I feel. I just feel like Jay-Z said, we all have genius level talent. And I just love seeing everybody win and shine too, there's room for everybody. And it's one of these things where I've been very lazy with my social media and using it effectively to inspire. And I think, going forward, I am stepping into that. And how I would like to use it going forward would just basically just be an example first of what it means to follow your dreams and succeed, but also while putting the work in, but also showing that if I can do it, anybody could do it, as cliche that sounds, I always had the mindset of I want to inspire my siblings, let them know that it's possible. That's why I went to college and graduated, first one in my family to do it, So it's okay, if whether I got my older siblings, younger siblings, y'all will be inspired to see that this is possible. And then I'm gonna do everything in my career to lead by example. So I think going forward in terms of social media, I just want to speak up more and use my active voice, and not just be so quiet. I think I share stuff that relate to me, and I feel will relate to other people. And I feel people can read through the lines what I'm saying, but I think I need to speak and use my actual voice, whether that's verbally or whether that's writing it. Because like I said, I can be very lazy when it comes to social media. I low key don't even like posting. I started posting a lot more because I'm I need to be more active. But I just like to just experience life. And shoot, when I get to a point which I can have a team that posts for me, I will let them do that. So I don't gotta post because I really I really don't like posting sometimes. I like to just be. But it can be an effective tool, so I shall try to use it.
I mean, I know a lot of people on social media, it's such a big thing right now to be posting and just talk about stuff you're doing. But the real hustle is what you're not showing other people, that hard work. You don't got to post everything all the time. However, I like how you said that you want to grow in a sense of social media presence and you want to use your voice for good. So there's nothing wrong with being an advocate for good, being an advocate for change, and just using your voice in whatever way you believe is best. So such inspiring words for you, Jovan. I'm so blessed and grateful to hear your story, your inspiring, life story about how you're being a working actor and where you envision yourself in the future. It's inspiring me. I'm sure enough it's inspiring viewers who will be watching this. But we're wrapping up this interview. Many thanks, Jovan. Stick around.
Thank you.
afterwards. But for the sake of our viewers, thank you so much for watching another episode of Aspire to Inspire. We'll be back with more guests. You guys already know. Farewell and see y'all soon. Bye. What's up? Peace and blessings, everyone. It's your girl, Amaje Hardy-Jones, founder and creator of Aspire to Inspire virtual interview platform. I just wanted to make a quick video just encouraging you guys to check out my YouTube channel where you can see full-length interviews with industry professional guys. It has been an amazing journey to just do this interview platform, create your own platform, build your presence social media-wise. And not only are the guests inspiring me with their stories, I want them to inspire you guys as well. So guys, go subscribe to my YouTube channel at Amaje Hardy-Jones on all social media platforms and just subscribe, tune in, and just check out these videos. More content, as you guys know, is coming very, very soon. No question, no doubt about it. But guys, support your girl and subscribe to my YouTube channel to hear from these industry professionals. Thank you guys so much. Love each and every last one of you. Peace and blessings. Bye.